Punjab National Bank has reported another quarterly loss today. The state-run lender did see a marginal downtick in its asset quality though. Joining us now to talk about the numbers is Mr. Rajesh Kumar Yaduvanshi. He's the Executive Director at Punjab National Bank. Mr. Yaduvanshi, thanks very much for taking out the time. Let's talk a little bit more about the profitability as well as the fact that your asset quality has improved a bit.
Yeah, in this quarter, I think you must have seen the results. The asset quality has improved in gross NPA also. It has gone down to 16.3%. And similarly, in net NPA also, it has gone down to 7.18%. Although with the increase in provisions, around 4,400 crores, there has been a net loss of under 500 crores, 492 crores to be exact. So that is the reason. And let me share with you, as far as the provisions are concerned, because this time we have done RBI divergence report, around 2,100 crore provision has been made on top of it, which we have dated December itself, which has affected the profitability in this quarter.
Okay. Can you also talk a little bit more about what are the accounts that you're providing for?
Basically, there are 2-3 accounts where there is a difference in the age of NPAs. Like we had made them NPAs, but as per RBI, they should have been done from the back date. So based on that, we have done that, whatever the requirement they had, 2,100, that we have provided for in this quarter. That is the major we have done. And some of the aging provisions, of course, they have been done. So because of that, it is a little elevated as far as the provisions are concerned, which has impacted the profitability in this quarter.
Any big accounts that are on the watch list that could slip?
Not now. In the future, as far as the watch list is concerned, very few accounts are there. We don't see any bigger accounts. The only challenge remains is that whatever NPAs already we have in the bigger accounts in the last quarters we have had, the aging provisions definitely will be a challenge which we have to meet in the coming quarters also.
Mr. Yaduvanshi, the loan growth has remained tepid. You've seen a dip of 2% year on year in terms of your loan growth. When do you anticipate that to pick up? While deposit growth has actually been healthy, year on year you've seen an increment of 8.9%. What's the overall outlook on loan growth?
As far as the loan growth is concerned, ma'am, this for March, what we are targeting is at around 4% growth we'll be achieving. And in December, unfortunately, because of non-availment by some corporates, the limits were sanctioned. All sanctions are in place, but due to non-availment by some of the borrowers, I think there has been a flat or almost a little negligible negative growth has been there as far as the credit is concerned. But in the coming quarters, especially March, around 4%, and subsequently, we hope to get a good credit growth.
Segments would contribute out here, because even in quarter 2, Mr. Yaduvanshi, good afternoon, SME, international, corporate, almost everything came off. What do you expect to recover the fastest or the quickest, if at all?
As far as you're talking of the recoveries?
No, the loan book, when I look at the loan book, even in quarter 2, I had the breakup which I had for the last results.
Actually,
please carry on.
Actually, the main growth is coming from as far as retail is concerned. Retail, if you have seen, that has grown by more than 13% in December. And corporate and of course MSME, if you look at it, there has been some decline on that. So basically, we are foreseeing that growth through agriculture and retail and MSME, where from the growth will come. And of course, we have been very selective as far as the corporates are concerned. So that also will contribute in the growth in the coming quarters.
What was the slippages number, Mr. Yaduvanshi, this time? Last time around, you were, I think, about 8,100 odd crores. What is the number this time around?
This time the slippage is around 6,600 crores for this quarter.
Okay.
And total, if you look at it from the 9-month period, it is 15,900. And we had given a guidance that we will be containing it within 19,000 crores. So we are confident that the total slippage in the whole year by March will be within the 19,000 crores which we have said.
And what's the total amount of provisions which are carried over to the subsequent quarters?
That is around, I think, I don't remember the 1200 or the 1200 crores are which from the frauds we have carried forward and which we will be doing in the coming quarters.
Mr. Yaduvanshi, are these numbers reflective of the SR Steel recovery and any other recoveries that you're expecting?
Not SR Steel, of course, has been taken care in the last quarter. And one of the accounts, I think Bhushan Power, we are expecting that in this quarter hopefully we should get that recovery also. So definitely that will have an impact, but it will depend upon the outcome, what will happen. So the SR Steel, of course, in the last quarter we have accounted for. Other accounts are there, Ruchi Soya is there, Prayagraj is there, all those accounts have been accounted for.
Okay, what is the total quantum of these accounts which are yet to come in terms of recoveries, and they're likely to come in quarter 4 according to you? Reflect in quarter 4?
The 2000 plus recovery we are expecting from the Bhushan Power itself, and then other smaller accounts are there. So as far as recovery, just to share with you, we have done a recovery of more than 10,000 crores till now, and we are expecting that we'll reach 16,000 recoveries by March end, the upgradation and cash recovery included.
10,000 crores, sir, and how much of that has been reflected in the numbers so far?
The 10,000 is already recovered. We have recovered in the 9-month period.
And 6,000 is something which we'll get to see in the upcoming
And we are
quarters.
hoping that by... Yes, definitely.
Okay, got it. Give us a sense on your net interest margins for the quarter gone by. How did they pan out? And also some guidance going into FY21 on that?
Because of the higher provisions, you have seen that credit cost, if you look at it, credit cost has been elevated around 2.55%, and in this March quarter also we expect that it will be around the same time, around the same level, and subsequent quarters definitely it will be going down, the credit cost, and accordingly the net interest margins will be improving. At the moment it is around 2.3%, around 2.3%.
3% are your NIMs and 2.25 is the credit cost as you highlighted. Right, sir?
Yeah, 2.5 is for this time it is 2.5 credit cost for this quarter because of the elevated provisions, but subsequently it will taper down.
What are the internal targets then, sir, since you're expecting some recoveries also going into FY21 with regard to credit costs, since you already highlighted it is at elevated levels, what are you planning to bring it down to?
Yeah, what we are expecting in the next financial year, this will remain between 2 to 2.25 or so. That is what we have in mind, the guidance is.
And in terms of loan growth, any guidance that you can share with us?
As far as this March is concerned, we are expecting a growth of around 4%. And going forward, around 10% we will try to target the 10% growth we achieve in the next financial year.
Okay. That's a tall ask from the current 2.5% odd, Mr. Yaduvanshi. But all the best for that.
Yeah, definitely, ma'am. But I think, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. You were making a point.
Yeah, okay. And that's what I'm saying with the planning as far as I told you, that 4%, because at the moment you have seen it's almost a smaller decline as far as YOY loan growth is concerned. But going forward, definitely by March we're expecting around 4%, and subsequently we'll keep the momentum, and we hope that we are able to reach around 10% the growth we are able to reach in the next financial year.
Yeah, we hope and wish that you can clock those numbers. All the best to you, Mr. Yaduvanshi. Thank you very much for joining us.
Okay. Yeah.